It's Shannon. I didn't think I'd have time to do a cooking segment today, but I'm going to, and you're going to be so sick of me. But tonight I'm doing what we call a lazy man lasagna, and it's the most easy thing you do. You get a package of cheese ravioli, you get some spaghetti sauce, and this is what I had in the pantry, and you get some mozzarella cheese, and I do ground beef and peppers and onions and make the sauce, and you just layer it with cheese and the ravioli, and it is so good. You add a salad to it, and you add garlic bread, and you've got a good supper. So first you start off with, I did chop off a green pepper and some onions, a half of an onion. Just use what I didn't use last night. And I swear these peppers didn't get chopped good. And you saute them with a little garlic. And the smaller you make it, the less likely your kids are to notice it. Just in case you have picky eaters. And I want to show you this. My sweet friend Jackie Hutchinson, who's also my assistant extraordinaire in real estate, brought this to me today to use. I think she called it a boa, maybe a koa, Jackie. I may have it wrong. And I can pick heavy hot pots with it. I can wipe down the kitchen. I can even take it off and beat the boys with it. But I really like it, Jackie, and thank you for driving all the way down from Gainesville to give it to me. I'm totally shocked and so undeserving, but I cherish you and our friendship, and I love this forever. So shout out to my dear friend Jackie. So now I'm going to put my garlic in here, and I showed you about this garlic. So it looks like I'm going to have to go back and get some more. And if somebody has an easier way to do fresh garlic, I would appreciate it. Because I tell you what, when I had to peel all of it, and then I put it in my food processor to, well, it'd help if the stove was on. It was just not fun. And then Tom and I were trying to watch TV, and he didn't like bad garlic smell. So I have my onions chunky because the boys like onions. They are not fans of bell pepper. So, but this is an easy supper. We do it a lot, mostly in the winter, but you can have it anytime. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the ground beef on here, and this again is ground round, and it looks gross because I had to defrost it in the microwave because when we got back, I didn't know we were having for supper. So you cook the ground beef, you add some salt and pepper, and a lot of pepper and a little salt. I'll put some in my pasta. So you do boil the ravioli. I've done it before when I've been in a hurry and did them in there frozen, but but you can do it, but I just don't like it that way. So you cook this down, and while this is cooking, I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. Tom may have to help me share it, but when Tom and I first had kids, we decided that one of us would stay home. And since I sold real estate, and in real estate, you know, it's no benefits, no retirement, no sick days, but Tom was a teacher, and he had all of those, and it was a steady income. So we decided that I would stay home and he would work. So, you know, teachers just make a ton of money, and we were just rolling in the dough. I'm totally joking, but so I had to do various jobs. I babysat, I did anything. I sold probably 1 or 2 houses a year that would help, but it just wasn't enough. So Tom, God love him, took any job he could get with teaching. And a couple of years, he was the stage manager for an amphitheater down in Peachtree City, and I can't think of the name of it right now. Frederick Brown Amphitheater in Peachtree City, and he was the stage manager. And his job was to go down on Thursday and pick up the people, the stars, and make sure they were set up in the hotel. And he also kind of did security. And then my job was to come in, and I kept the green room, which I had to meet the caterers, make sure they had the food they liked, and stuff like that. So one weekend, and a lot of these stars I didn't know because they were not like George Strait or Luke Bryan. They were just, you know, stars that were pretty famous, but I didn't know them. So one weekend we had this man named Lee Greenwood, and y'all know him from God Bless USA. And so he came in that weekend, and I didn't know who he was from Adam. And so I walked into the green room. There was a bunch of men sitting out in the sofas, and I said, "Hi, I'm Shannon. You know, if y'all need anything, let me know. I'm your hostess, and but let me know when this Mr. Greenwood comes in, because I don't think I know who he is, and I want to be able to greet him and make him feel welcomed." And this young, short guy said, "Sure will, ma'am. We sure will." And so I went about doing my business, and they ate their dinner, and they went up for sound check. And the man came. I saw him twice. He came and ate dinner with us. He came up and thanked me for dinner. You know, he was just a really nice man. Just thought he was extra friendly. And so later that night, one of the things I got to do is sit on the, what do you call, the side stage and watch the concert. And y'all, that man who I told or asked to tell me who Lee Greenwood was, and when he got there, was Lee Greenwood. I was horrified. And he thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. Very, very nice man. He had a nice family with him, but I just never forget that. I just didn't know who he was, and he played along with it and thought it was funny. And boy, was I embarrassed. So, but Tom did a lot of jobs to provide for our family, and I was always very blessed to have a husband who was willing to go the extra mile so I could stay home and be with the boys. So while this is, oh, I got to get the pasta in. So we are going to have this tonight. I was hoping we'd have more rain, but I may have to go out later and water the garden. And see, these are little. I really prefer the larger ravioli, but this is all they had, so that's what I got. And I guess if I had more time on my hand, I could make homemade ravioli, but I don't have any time on my hand. So you do cook the ravioli, and you have it al dente, which means almost done, right, Tom? He doesn't know either. So you have to do al dente because you don't want it mushy, because then it all becomes mushy. So we're going to cook it all together, and once the meat is done, I'll add the tomato sauces into it, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how we put the thing together. Hey y'all, it's Shannon. I'm back. That was quick, wasn't it? You don't even have any idea how long it was. This is how I put together our lasagna. You put a little sauce on the bottom, just so the noodles won't stick. But I forgot to tell y'all, I add to the sauce, I also add some Italian season, and I also add red pepper flakes because the Washmans like things a little hot. And then you could probably put this in a pretty fashion, but I don't. Just make sure that there's a good layer of them. See? I'll do a little more. And then I put some more sauce, just because you do. And you don't put that much, just enough to wet it. And then you put mozzarella cheese. Now the ravioli has cheese. That's not working. Look good in my head. The ravioli already has the cheese, the ricotta, and the in it. I just add the cheese for the layers. And I like to add a lot because we like cheese. See? And then you kind of spread it around. And then you add the rest of the spaghetti, ravioli. And you kind of just make sure it's where it needs to be. Well, see? And then you, ouch, then you, oh, I have this. Then you add the rest of the spaghetti. This is Carter's iron skillet. I am seasoning for him to take back to Athens. Wes had his, but let's just say he didn't take good care of it. So I don't think he'll ever take it back. So we put more cheese on top. Now, a lot of y'all are asking me why we don't use aluminum foil in the family. And I am terrified of Alzheimer's. And even though I'm fat and I don't really watch my diet, Alzheimer's scares me. And so I've done a lot of reading, and I think that aluminum could be one of the causes of Alzheimer's, and that's something I could easily give up. So we just don't use it anymore. And people may think I'm crazy, but that's just how it is. And then I put a little parsley on top just for the prettiness. And then you put the lid on it. And you bake it on 350, but for some reason my oven went to 358. And I have to take the rack down. Holy moly. Okay, Jackie, I'm trying this out. Oh man, that is awesome. And there you go. In about 45 minutes, the Washmans will have lazy lasagna for supper. I hope y'all are doing well, and we'll talk to you later. Hey y'all, it's Shannon, I'm back. If you see a little smoke in the air, it's because I got on a phone call and kind of forgot about it, but it's normal for the Washburn house. We have a Caesar salad, we have garlic bread, and here is our casserole. It's called Lazy Man Lasagna, and I'm gonna pull it out and plop it on my plate. And here it is, and I promise you, if you do this, you'll never make lasagna again. So, thank y'all for watching. If you'll remember to share, join on Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's all. And thanks for sharing and thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.